Apply chamfer in Fusion 360. Save an empty version in lesson 4 titled chamfer. Click on origin to make it visible. Select plane YZ to start your drawing. Click on create sketch. We will create a 2-point rectangle, height 20 by 30. Click Finish Sketch. Now we'll create an extrusion. Click Extrude to create a thickness of 10 mm. Select an edge shown and apply chamfer under Modify. The type should be equal distance of 5 mm. Note the chamfer is applied. Go to Properties, under Body, right mouse click. You will note the volume is 8575 mm cube. You will see other properties such as area, density, mass, volume, physical material, and appearance of this body. Okay. Now we'll move the timeline to before the chamfer was created. We'll right mouse key on the property and click right mouse key on the body to click Properties, and the volume is noted to be 6000 mm cube. After applying the chamfer, the volume is 5875 mm cube. So you can observe the difference in properties such as mass and volume before and after the chamfer was created. Click Origin and select plane X, Y. Click on Create Sketch. We will sketch a 6 mm diameter circle. Select center diameter circle. With 6 mm diameter. Next, we will finish sketch and we will extrude this circle to a distance of 20 mm. Take note of the mass and volume of this object. Click right mouse key, click properties. Take note of the volume 565.487 mm cube. Next, we will apply thread to our cylinder. Go to create thread. Select the face. The face should be highlighted in blue. Specify size and click OK. For our case here, we'll use isometric profile size of 6 mm. Note the default configuration is in the data box. This is the default configuration. Click OK. Now you have created a thread feature on your cylinder. Go to Edit Feature again. And check Model. You can see that the thread is modeled on the cylinder. We will check on the properties again. Right mouse key, properties. The volume of the object after modeling is 41.375 mm cube. So this feature actually takes material out from the cylinder to model it as a screw thread. Okay, so figure 41.375 mm cube. Okay, we go back to our edit feature again and uncheck model. Okay, you will observe that the difference between model and unmodeled. For this feature here, the thread feature is just painted on the cylinder. There is no distinct feature on the surface of the cylinder. If we go to properties, right mouse key, body, properties, the volume is 543.833 mm cube. Okay. So you can observe the differences in properties such as mass and volume before and after create a non-3D or a 3D feature. This will be a non-3D thread feature. Okay. To observe the 3D thread feature, right mouse key again, go to the timeline, edit feature, and click model. And you observe that this is the view of a 3D thread model. 3D thread model. Create shell feature. Save an empty version in lesson 4 folder, title shell. Make visible origin. Select plane YZ and click select sketch. Draw a rectangle 40 by 28. Click finish sketch. Extrude the rectangle by 33 mm. Now we shall attempt to shell this object. Go to modify, click on shell, select the faces to remove enter inside thickness 3 mm. Preview object and click OK. Now you have created a shell. We will examine the properties before and after the shell is created. Go to your timeline and go to this object, go to a timeline and go to the sequence of events before the shell is created. Go under bodies, click properties. The properties under volume, note it is 36960. Okay, before the shell is created, 36960 mm cube. 36960. After that, you examine the shell after it's created. Go back to the timeline and go to properties again, right mouse key, properties, and examine the volume. You will note that the volume is reduced and it is now 14,520. Okay, the volume has reduced, now it's 14,520. Before it is 36,960. So you will observe that properties such as mass and volume before and after creating the shell feature. Create revolve feature. This revolve command revolves a sketch profile or a planar face around a selected axis. First, we save an empty version in your lesson 4 folder, title revolve. Select XY plane. XY plane. Okay, make sure XY plane is selected. Go to create sketch and we will create the profile in sketch. Height profile 40. $30, $20, Okay. Now we apply the constraint. Edge of the profile to origin is 12. Distance here is 10. Okay. After which we will finish sketch. Next, we'll go to create drop-down menu, revolve, select the profile, select the axis, which is the y-axis, and the profile is revolved around the y-axis to create this body. To determine the volume of this object, we go to bodies, right mouse key, properties, and the volume is 1.592 times 10 to the power of 5 mm cube. You have created a revolve feature. You will be able to take note of the mass and the volume of the revolve feature you have created under properties. Create sweep feature. The sweep command sweeps a sketch around a selected path. First, we save an empty version into your lesson 4 folder titled sweep. Click on origin and we will sketch a circle diameter 100 mm on the XZ plane. Select XZ plane, click on sketch, create sketch. Select circle, diameter 10 mm. Ensure that the center of the circle snaps to the origin and click Finish Sketch. Next, we will select our XY plane. Click Select Sketch, Create Sketch. Sketch a line 50 mm. Another line to the left, 50 mm. Click Modify. Use fillet to create a fillet of radius 15. Ensure that your line, the end of your line, snaps to the origin. Click Finish Sketch. Now we'll go to Create Sweep feature. Select the path on the spline you have created earlier. Select the profile on the circle that you have created earlier. Click OK if the preview shown is OK. You have now created a sweep feature. Go to Body, right mouse key, click Properties, and take note of the mass, volume of the sweep feature you have just created. Remember to save your drawing. Create offset construction plane. Offset plane creates a construction plane that is offset from the selected face or plane. First, we save an empty version. Lesson 4 folder, title construction plane. Okay, next we click on origin. We will click on construct offset plane. We will select the origin XZ plane and specify the distance. You can drag the arrow up, or you can specify the distance 50 mm from your origin XZ plane and click OK. Remember to save your file before proceeding to the next section. Create loft feature. Loft creates a transitional shape between two or more sketch profiles. Open your construction plane that you have created earlier. Save as a new file, loft. Loft. On the offset plane, click on the offset plane and go to Create Sketch. Create a circle of diameter 25. Click Finish Sketch. Go to the original XZ plane. Click Create Sketch. Select Center Rectangle. Dimension 40 by 30. Click Finish Sketch. Now you have a circle on the offset plane and a rectangle on the original XZ plane as shown. To create the loft feature, click Create Loft, select the circle and the rectangle as profile. If the preview looks okay to you, click OK. Now you have created a loft feature. Right mouse key on the body, click on Properties to review the volume, mass of this loft feature. Volume is 41198.095 mm cube. Remember to save your drawing before proceeding to the next section. Rectangular pattern. Save a blank copy. Title, rectangular pattern. select XY plane, click Create Sketch. Draw a rectangle 100 by 50. Finish sketch. Move the cursor to the planar right. And extrude rectangular feature, this rectangular feature, to a thickness of 10 mm. Move your cursor to this face. Click Create Sketch and attempt to draw a circle, diameter 11 mm. Apply dimension. Center of circle to edge of a rectangle 15 mm. Center to this side should be 10 mm. Finish sketch. Attempt to extrude circular feature to a thickness of 5 mm. Now we will attempt to create rectangular pattern. Go to Create, under Pattern, Rectangular Pattern. The type should be Feature. Direction. Click on the edge of the rectangle. And with the arrow key you can extend. The number that we want is 3. Click on the arrow key and extend. The number that we want is 2. Okay. Type 30. For the distance to the pattern. Okay, 30. So we want 3 to the right, 2 down. The quantity is 2 and the distance we should be is 20. A preview will be shown, and click OK when done. Now we will examine the properties. Go to Bodies, right mouse key, Properties, and we can observe that the mass is 414.88 gram, and this is the volume of this body. Okay. If we move the timeline back to the case where only one feature was created, we could also examine its property, and its mass is 396.23, and this is the volume. Save an empty version in Lesson 4 folder titled Circular Pattern. Go to your XY plane and create a circle, diameter 50. Click Finish Sketch. Go to Extrude. And extrude your circle to a thickness of 10 mm. Click OK. Move the cursor to the planar face and click on Create Sketch. Draw a circle diameter 6. Apply dimension. Center of circle to the y-axis 10 mm. Center of circle to the x-axis 12 mm. Finish sketch. Orientate your object Now we will select Extrude under Create, and select the cut operation. We attempt to cut the circle to a depth of minus 10 mm. Go to Create Pattern, select Circular Pattern. For the pattern type, we will choose Feature. For the object, click on the feature you want to pattern in the timeline. Select Axis, and your Z-axis is selected. The type will be full. Type quantity as 5, including the original feature. A preview will be shown. Click OK when done. To observe the differences in mass and volume before and after creating the circular pattern cut, go to Body, right mouse key, Properties, and the mass and the volume is shown in the tab. Section Analysis. Section Analysis generates a cut-away view of the model at a single section plane. Recall previous model created for rectangular pattern. Go to Inspect, select Section Analysis, select Plane to define section. Move section plane to desired location and click OK. A section view is created in a newly created Analysis folder in the browser. Remember to save your file before proceeding to the next section. Select Create Cylinder, select XZ plane, specify diameter of circle 50 mm. Extrude circle to a height of 100 mm. Click OK. Go to Modify, select Chamfer, select Edge to Chamfer. Type 10 mm for distance 1 and 30 mm for distance 2. Click OK. Go to Extrude, select top face to extrude, extrude to a distance of 30 mm. Click OK. Go to Modify, select Fillet. Select Edge to fillet and enter fillet radius 4 mm. Click OK. Go to Modify again, select Shell. Select Body to Shell. Select Inside Thickness 2 mm. Go to Create Sketch again. Make sure your origin is highlighted and select XZ plane to sketch. Create a circle, diameter 10 mm. Establish center of circle 10 mm from the x-axis. Go to Constraint. Apply vertical constraint so that your center of circle line up with the green axis. Go to Extrude. Drag on the single axis arrow to perform a cut operation on the body. Click OK. Go to Pattern, Rectangular Pattern. Select Feature to Pattern. Select Direction, the green axis line. Drag on the single axis arrow enter quantity 5. Click OK. Go to Create again, Pattern, select Circular Pattern. select Features, you may go to the timeline and select the rectangular pattern created earlier, and also the extrusion, the cut extrusion. Axis, select the curved body, quantity, enter 8. Click OK. Go to Create Thread. Select Inside Surface. Size, select 24 mm. Designation, select M24 times 3. Click Model. Check the Model button. Click OK. Remember to save your file when done. Now go to Bodies. Select Properties. And you'll be able to see the mass and volume of your body. The mass of the final 3D model is 269.274 gram. Click OK.